Chosen one. Pause for a moment. You didn't land on this message by accident. Your spirit was pulled here because heaven is about to address something you've been carrying quietly, something you haven't told anybody, something even your prayers have tiptoed around. Listen closely. What people declared final over your life, God is getting ready to reverse. You've been living under words that were spoken over you, decisions that felt permanent, outcomes that felt set in stone. But God is stepping into your story with divine interruption. What they called the end, heaven is calling the construction phase. And by the time this message finishes, you will understand why the loss happened, why the detour came, why the door shut so loudly in your face. The rejection wasn't failure, it was protection, and the delay wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Let's go deeper. The real battle was never about what you lost. You've been thinking you were fighting circumstances, people, finances, sickness, betrayal. But chosen one, the real battle was about your identity. Because the enemy knows something you've forgotten. Your calling carries weight. Your destiny has impact. Your testimony will set people free. And hell has been trying to wear you down before you discover who you truly are. That's why the attacks came before the elevation. That's why people walked away right before your breakthrough. That's why the season felt silent, like God wasn't answering, like heaven went still. But listen, silence is not absence. Silence is strategy. When a teacher is preparing you for the next level, the room gets quiet. Why the rejection happened? Let me speak something into your spirit. Some of the people who rejected you never rejected you because of who you are. They rejected you because of who you were becoming. They saw glimpses of your evolution. They sensed the anointing rising on your life. They felt the weight of your calling even before you did. And instead of celebrating your growth, they distanced themselves because they couldn't stand next to the version of you God was creating. It wasn't personal, it was prophetic. God hid you on purpose. I need you to hear this with your heart. God hid you in this season, not to punish you, but to preserve you. There were rooms you wanted to enter that would have ruined you. There were opportunities you begged for that would have distracted you. There were relationships you prayed to keep that would have drained your spirit dry. God said no, not because you were unworthy, but because you were too valuable. He hid you because oil is never stored in open places. Oil is kept in sealed jars, protected, covered, hidden, until the appointed time. Chosen one, your appointed time is approaching. The shift begins when you realize this truth. Your story didn't die. It's being rewritten. Your purpose wasn't cancelled. It's being recalibrated. Your breakthrough didn't disappear. It's being divinely aligned. If you could see the blueprint heaven is working on right now, you wouldn't question God for another second. When God rewrites a story, He doesn't restore. He rebuilds. Everyone expects restoration, going back to what was lost. But God specializes in rebuilding, which means you won't return to where you were. You'll rise to where you were meant to be. The enemy tried to break you, but all he did was expose the areas God wanted to strengthen. Your tears watered the soil of your next season. Your heartbreak carved out space for deeper compassion. Your loneliness forced you into God's presence. Your weakness became the doorway where God's strength entered. Nothing was wasted. Not one night. Not one prayer. Not one disappointment. Let me tell you what's shifting right now. Something in your life that looked final is about to show signs of life. Something you wrote off is about to turn around. Something that has been stagnant is about to break open. God is stepping into places people declared dead and asking, "Can these bones live again?" Your answer doesn't have to be confident. It just has to be surrendered. Lord, you know. Because when God breathes, dead things rise. When God speaks, closed places open. When God moves, no power in hell can stop what he ordains. Heaven is preparing a public reversal. Your comeback will not be subtle. It will not be small. It will not be quiet. When God finishes what he started in your life, people will say, "I know for a fact that wasn't them. That had to be God." Your elevation will be undeniable. Your peace will be unexplainable. Your increase will be unstoppable. Your testimony will be unmistakable. Because God doesn't bring you out to return you to the same level. He delivers you to display his glory.